Hi, it's Lisa Greenfield with Truth in Hand, and it's time for your Daily Tarot. This is the week of October 10th through the 16th. We've got a full moon later this week and a lot of big cards. But before we get started, do know if you love this, please visit me, truthinhand.com, which is where my love of tarot, astrology, and that endless fascination for the map about you written in your hands all come together to give you the most information I can to help you make choices in your life. Ready for the cards? Okay, we start with our card of the week, which is our theme for the week. And this week we've got a tender card, Ace of Vessels, which is, aces are always a new beginning. Vessels are heartfelt or emotional. So this is very much about remembering this whole week to give yourself those tender checkpoints where it's like, I'm good, just lovingly take a few minutes for yourself with anything that's going on, because there's some powerful stuff cooking. All right, ready for what comes next? Monday is part of that powerful stuff opening right up. We've got the Mirror, which in the Wildwood Tarot, it speaks about the wounding that takes place. And the truth is, with everything that's going into this week, it's about that wound in us that can feel outmatched or abandoned when other people don't see things, feel things, want things that we do. It's that tension. It's almost like a tug of war. As adults, we don't realize it ties back to that place when we were kids where we had so much dependence on our parents or caregivers that loss of love, loss of connection, loss of alignment could feel devastating. So this week it's all in understanding that when you don't agree with somebody, when you see things differently, you're going to start in that young place that feels like it's life or death. And it's going to also feel like you have less power than you do. But that's not true anymore, not as an adult. But it's that place we all get dropped into. So it's going to be about tenderly applying our card of the week, those loving moments, to the places where it's like, you really want somebody to agree with you. It feels very important, or you really want somebody to understand your point of view. Now, we had something go on this week where, for a bizarre reason, the cards were reversed when I laid them out, and I normally don't do that. But given the theme for the week, I went with it. And Tuesday, we're going to continue Monday's theme of that wounding and that healing place into Tuesday, where we've got the Seven of Bows, which is all about clearance. All right, so what's happening here is we're clearing out the need to struggle with people who see things differently, believe differently, want differently than what we do, particularly those that we're close to. All right, so it's about the struggle just falling away and stopping any mindset that has other people as adversaries. I want you to understand, even when people disagree with you, it's resistance that helps a plane get air. It's like lifting off. So I want you to understand that everyone and everything this week is simply resistance to help you get off the ground, or support that's helping you get off the ground. Either way, okay? So trust that. And then we move into Wednesday, and we've got the Sun reversed, which is interesting because the Sun is the most positive card in the entire deck, and it doesn't have a reversed, meaning. There's no negative meaning to the Sun. But what I will tell you is, with the Sun in this position, typically the Sun is gradual change. And what this tells me is this is kind of a leap forward, a positive leap forward. And given that we had the Seven of Bows reversed yesterday and the Mirror, there's this theme where it's like, whoa, we really can get past this wound that feels so triggered and so vulnerable when we're not connecting with the people that we love, or even the people we don't love, but they're in a position of authority over us. So it's like, wow, we can really take a leap forward with this and stop seeing anything as a threat, other than there's resistance, there's disagreement, but you're not threatened. You're really better than you think you are. And what I love about that is we roll into Thursday, and we've got the Ten of Stones, which is home. It's like, wow, you really have come far enough to see that it's like, all right, I got this. I'm good. 10 is an empowered 1 to the 10th degree, and pentacles are tangible proof. So it's like you really can see you've got more power than you gave yourself credit for. You've built a better world for yourself than you realized. Trust all of the things in your world because you're trusting you. You're going to get there. You're making it work. All right? And that's important because we move into Friday and we've got the moon. Okay, with the moon, and it's interesting because we now have the sun and the moon, so we've got the polarization. So it's the beginning and the end. It's both our light and our shadow. We're bringing together all of that. This is about trusting your intuition. This is about bringing some of that intuitive knowing to whatever you're doing, and the moon is the connector. So it's also the reflector of the sun. So it's a way for you to see the sweet spots, even in the shadow around you, all right, so that you can connect with other people, not just in their best moments, but even in their darkest, because you're giving yourself, that self-love, that Ace of Vessels, in those moments where you've got your own shadows, you've had your own fears, you've had your own weak moments, all right? Nice, huh? And what I love about that is we move into Saturday, the full moon, and here we've got the 3 of Vessels. Joy. Doesn't that feel good? It's like, wow, good job this week. And not only that, but you get to celebrate it. Saturday is all about, 3s are always communication, Vessels are heartfelt. So this is about sharing, those connections, finding a way to really speak to each other that can move past the difficulties. Now, do keep in mind, we've got Mercury square Pluto. So this week can also be a week where there's some, because squares are always about an adjustment. With Mercury square Pluto, we're adjusting our filter. Mercury is how we say things and how we see things. So we're adjusting that to expand with our new awareness that we don't have to fight. But with the Mercury Pluto, it can bring up those moments where those eruptions are possible, whether they're yours or somebody else's. And that's important moving into Sunday because you want the sweetness is also there. You've got both sides. There's no doubt about it. We've got the sun, we've got the moon. But when we move into Sunday with this is the Queen of Arrows, and she's upended. She's another one. Now, this is the smartest queen and the most verbal queen, and it can also be one with sharp words. So with this one being upended, what this tells me is we really can end the week seeing where we get triggered, maybe having one of those moments or having somebody around us, have those moments, and getting to a place where you can still drop your end of the rope in a tug of war. It just isn't necessary to violently disagree. No matter how different the points of view, all things can serve you. And there's something inside you that knows that. That's why they're there for you. So it's spending a lot less time suffering over the disagreement and a lot more time getting to resolution. Now, isn't that a worthy way to end the week? All right, I'm Lisa Greenfield with Truth in Hand. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to seeing you again.